What's up, guys? Welcome to Kicks of the Trade, where we're bridging the gap between your casual sneaker fan and avid sneaker enthusiast. Live in the flesh again, I'm your girl Kels, and I'm joined as always by
Chris.
my man Chris. Chris, what's up? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Okay, so we're doing something fun today. Since we're in person and we don't always get to do this, we're going to be, getting sponsored by Cacti. Hopefully, ideally. So we're gonna enjoy a beverage while we're doing this.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So Cacti is like
I've not had this yet.
It's pretty good. It's Cactus Jack's, not Cactus Jack, Travis Scott's beverages. So these are pretty decent.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
By the end of the show, I'll let you know how these are. So.
how you feeling? They're 7% alcohol, which is a little bit
higher than
some seltzers.
Like Truly's. I think Truly's are like 4. I think everything's like 3.5,
like
4.7.
Yeah.
This is 7.
Yeah.
So
I think that some of them came out with an 8% though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're starting to kick it up.
Around. But I think this one is agave based. This one is agave based. So like it's kind of like a tequila vibe, whereas like the other ones are like vodka vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. Cacti.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So to the summer.
To the summer.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get too wild and crazy. We'll be fine.
It's fun.
So let's get into it. Today's episode is going to be all about sneaker pet peeves.
Yeah. Things that bother us, rub us the wrong way. And
do's and don'ts, if you will.
Yeah. So like it might bother us, but it might not bother you. So, but you might have your own pet peeves. These are just ours. So don't feel like bad if you do some of these things. Because I probably do something that you don't like.
Yeah.
Like have 100 pairs of shoes. You know, some people's like, you only have 2 feet, but I have a lot of shoes. So everybody's pet peeves are different. These are just Kelsey and I.
Yeah. Yeah. So no judgment zone if you do these things. It's just, our kind of take on it.
Yeah.
What we would
it's our show.
What we do for us and maybe like you is going to be totally different. And there's going to be shoes that you like that we don't and shoes that we like that you don't.
Right. All right, so let's get into it. What's my first? My pet peeve?
I want you to start. What's your number one?
Oh man, I have a lot, but I think my biggest pet peeve, honestly, as of late, I've been noticing, and this is a more recent one because they haven't been around that long. I don't like to see when you buy a shoe from StockX, they put an authentication tag on it, like a hang tag on the shoe.
The little green.
Yeah, the little green. So if you ever see those little green tags on shoes, it's from usually StockX. I don't like that people keep those on there. It bothers the hell out of me. I don't know why. Like it shouldn't, but it does. I think it's like you try to let everybody know that like you bought a shoe for resale, and it could be like any shoe. I don't care. I just don't think it's like keeping a receipt for a shoe you bought like in your shoes.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just I think it looks dumb.
I'd have to agree with you. Like
it looks really dumb.
Yeah, doesn't necessarily need to. That's not part of the shoe.
Right.
Do you think it's kind of similar to when people would like leave stickers on their like hats?
You know what?
That's kind of like part of the
culture. So
as
I got older, I took the stickers off. When I was younger, I think that was the thing. That was the wave. Like I wouldn't keep like the price tag sticker, but I would keep like the size sticker on it.
Yeah.
So like that was the wave. I don't do it anymore, but like when I was younger, that was the wave. But I see adults doing it, and it's like not cool. Like it's not like something that like when I was doing it, everybody was doing it. Like everybody doesn't do the hang tag thing now. So it was kind of. I think it's kind of dumb.
But yeah, I'd agree with you there. That's
but it's like
not for the shoe. Take it off. We don't all need to know that you bought your shoes for more than retail.
Now the question I always get is, can you have the hang tag? Like, so some of the Jordans come with like a Jumpman hang tag. I kind of take those off as well. I just think it adds too much more to the shoe, but I do keep on the off-white zip ties. I think that's part of the aesthetic of the shoe, the zip tie. Yeah. Some people say no, some people say yes. That doesn't bother me. The Jordan hang tag, that bothers me, and the StockX hang tags bother me.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people keeping the Jordan hang tag on, or like even the Nike one.
Yeah, I don't see it too often.
Right, like I take that off too. I've always actually kind of wondered about that, but like it's just kind of obnoxious to me.
Yeah, it's just
like,
in the way.
Hanging off of your shoe.
Yeah, it's in the way.
But the off-white, those have to stay on. But some shoes, actually, I took them off my Prestos. I've kept them on my fives.
So you took them off the Prestos, kept them on the fives.
Yeah.
Why?
But I could kind of like interchange it. I think like you could put it back on.
You can, yes. But I see people cut them off.
Oh, I didn't cut them off.
I always keep mine on. I always kept mine on. I think I don't know. It's like part of the prestige of having an off-white.
Yeah. I think for me, it was it looked like it was like overpowering that specific shoe.
Ooh, I can see that,
Like
especially on
the
a Presto. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a smaller material and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. All right. So what's yours? What's your first one? Pet
Okay.
peeve?
So one of my pet peeves, or actually this is before I go into a pet peeve, or no, here, I'll give you a pet peeve.
Okay.
One of my pet peeves is like tying your shoes like way too tight.
Oh, I never even think
Or
about
like-
that. Yeah.
Like some specific
Like almost taco
Jordans.
tie. Like you
Yeah.
tie it so tight, it looks
And
like
then,
a taco.
Can your foot breathe? Like, why you gotta have it like so tight?
I get that. Because when I was younger, like you barely tied your shoes. Now, like I tie mine, like as I'm older, I tie mine now, like no loose. But now, like over tying your shoes, yeah, I can
Like,
agree
I think
with
it
that.
looks like goofy on like
It changes.
like a Jordan 13. It looks like goofy.
Yeah, it changes the shape of the shoe.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'm wearing some 13s.
How are your shoes?
Yeah, I'm wearing some
Oh, you got
13s.
that's some. You're
Yeah.
tying them in appropriate
Yeah.
tightness.
Yeah, I'm wearing my 13s today. Don't wear your kicks, man.
But that's just a minor like
Okay.
pet peeve, you know. So
No,
we
that's
do a little
that's
bit
what
differently, but
because we used to call that. I think even when I hoop, people would like tie them like really tight on the ankle part. I say you only do that when you get injured. But yeah, I don't like it like in a casual wear, like to wear them really tight. And to piggyback off of that pet peeve, I don't like when people's shoes are really loose and they walk around and they're flopping on and off.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that drives me insane. It looks so uncomfortable first, and then the second thing is like to hear the flopping of the shoe and dragging feet. I lose my. I think it's my dad. I think he did that. He instilled that in me. Like he hated to hear dragging feet, and now like subconsciously it like bothers me.
Yeah.
Because he's like, pick up your feet, and I'm like, all right. Now when I hear somebody else do it, it bothers me.
Yeah, or if you get like that like noise from like a carpet and you're like, oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's one of them. Okay, I have a question for you now.
Okay.
Okay, this is more along the lines of do's or don'ts.
Okay.
So do you keep the shoe boxes or get rid of the shoe boxes?
Fair question. Okay, so I personally keep the shoe boxes, and here's why. The reason why I keep the shoe boxes, I have a big foot. So the clear front containers, the containers that everybody holds their shoes in, my shoes actually don't fit in those. So I keep the boxes so I can stack them better for storage and also to preserve the shape of my shoe. Because when I was younger, and there was times where I just throw shoes in a closet, they actually would like mess up the shape because the weight of all the shoes on top of them would mess up the bottom and mess up the integrity of the shoe.
Oh.
So that's why I kept them in the shoe boxes for now. And then from moving, it's easier to like just pick up all my shoes and then to move.
Yeah.
Or like if I want to like rearrange the room, I just pick up my shoes and move them. So for me, it's easier for storage. So yeah, I keep my shoe boxes.
Okay. Is it a sneaker faux pas to get rid of your shoe boxes though?
I kind of think it is though. I think you have to, I think part of the nostalgia of having a sneaker is keeping the box.
Yeah.
I feel that way. Like if you get rid of the box, it doesn't bother me. But I think part of being a sneakerhead is also like the appreciation of the box design.
Yeah.
You know, what the box looks like, the era of the changing of the boxes. Like Nike has an orange box now. And I just see the progression of the box. So I like looking at that. Like, and also like I can look at the box and it also helps me determine what shoe that is. Like I can look at a box and tell you what shoe it is.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
good for me. What about you?
I feel like I go back and forth on it because
Okay.
like right now I feel like I have a little bit of a problem. Like the boxes are stacking up and I don't really have a good place for them. And I do have a lot of those clear boxes to put my shoes in. So it's kind of just like taking up space.
Right.
But like, I guess I've rationalized in my mind that like, I like to keep the more like the nicer shoes that I have. I like to keep those boxes, the ones that have a little bit more of a specialty box. You know, if they're just like, you know, a nicer shoe or if they're just like a general, cause some of my shoes are like grade school releases.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
feel like the boxes aren't really that cool.
great. Yeah, I get that.
You know?
So I think the issue you're having is you have the clear fronts.
And I'm going to wear them. I'm not like planning on selling these again.
Right. So you have the clear fronts and the boxes.
Yeah.
See, I feel like you either do one or the other. You don't have both. Like don't keep the box and have the clear front. Because then it's like you're double boxing.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's a good question though.
Yeah.
I've actually like never like really dove into that question before.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I never like I've actually spoke on it.
Yeah.
I guess it's me, right? So my next pet peeve, I hate dirty shoes. It just bothers the hell out. It bothers me so much. Like white Air Force Ones. I think shoes that should be clean or white that are dirty bother me. Like black shoes dirty doesn't really bother me. But I hate like shoes that usually are clean, like white sneakers, dirty, bother me a ton. Because I think it doesn't take much to clean a shoe. I'm not saying it has to be like dead stock.
Pristine.
Yeah, it doesn't, but like overly dirty shoes and like that being the style, when it's not the style of the shoe, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it just because I don't think it takes much work to clean the sneaker.
Yeah.
Like just wipe it off. I'm not saying every time you wear it, but like if it gets a little grungy, it's like to me,
Dude.
would you wear a dirty white shirt?
No.
Right, but people wear dirty white shoes. That's why I associate the two.
That like you're like a slob.
Right, and that's how I feel about
offense.
shoes.
You don't clean your white shirt. I don't.
No, if you don't clean your white shirt,
you got to get some help if you don't clean your white shirt.
If you don't clean your white shirt, you're a slob.
Yeah. We can say that. We can say that. I don't feel bad.
I don't.
Dude, I found a pair of white Air Maxes the other day at the pool, looking like.
Oh, I thought they were yours.
No, they were not. They were not mine. I would not ever have my shoes looking the condition.
You had some dumb stuff
that
like that.
These shoes were in. They weren't even that bad. They weren't even that bad. Oh my God.
Do you have a picture of those shoes? We need to post.
I can look in my files.
We need to post a picture of these Air Maxes.
Of all the dunks that I originally had that I
bet you
don't
they're not
anymore.
that bad though.
They were not that bad. Oh my God, they were not that bad.
Okay.
I think they would probably actually like really hit right now.
Okay.
But no, these Air Maxes that I found, someone left them. They like, this girl is looking for her shoes probably, but.
Did you take them?
No.
Oh.
But they were trash. They were like these white Air Maxes. They were like a size 5 or something. And I was just like,
you know what?
I had to return them to Lost and Found, but like they were just so.
That doesn't
They
bother
were beyond, no, they were beyond bad.
Okay, but she's wearing them to the pool. Which I still like to look stylish going to the pool. Like I wear like Yeezy slides to the pool, so I can't, or like Nike slides. So actually I can't say that. But like I don't know. I kind of like at home, your home pool, I'll let it slide.
Well,
but like if you're going to the pool, like and you're like in a nice bathing suit, and it's like 4th of July weekend or something like that. Yeah, you're not coming with some busted white shoes. So yeah.
Here's my thought on it, because I agree with you for the most part. Like I don't like dirty shoes either. Like I think you gotta take care of your shoes,
absolutely,
clean them, but I think some of the trends are almost styling that like some of these shoes look a little bit better with some wear and tear.
No,
on
I
them,
agree. I agree. Like I think a Jordan 1,
a slight bit.
Yeah, like I think a Jordan 1 looks better worn than it does brand new.
Yeah.
I think some shoes do look better worn. I think a Chuck Taylor looks better worn. I think a Van looks better worn.
Like crispy,
it's like
sometimes is like
okay, but it's not the best.
Depending on the shoe.
Yeah, I think some look good worn, but then there's like beaters. I don't think any shoe looks good as a beater except for a Jordan 1.
But I think a beater can also still be like some level of clean.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Yes. I think I don't like it can have creases and still be clean.
Yeah.
There's a difference between creases and clean.
Mud from like 2 years ago still on them.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
I'm trying to think of my dirtiest shoe now.
Yeah. Well,
my dirtiest shoe is like clean everybody else. So.
I know. But so I noticed I have a pair of white Air Maxes with a black swoosh, and I think they look better with like not dirty, definitely not dirty, but like you can tell that they've just been loved a little bit more, and they're not like straight out of the box.
I like that term, like put some love on.
Yeah, put some love on your shoes, but definitely like make sure they look okay.
Yeah. What about you? What's your next one?
Next pet peeve. I kind of think like the overhype of sneakerhead is like a massive pet peeve of mine.
All right.
Like extra overhype.
I want to hear where you're going with this. I want to fully understand your gripe with that. Like dive in a little bit deeper on that.
Let's dive
in a little bit deeper.
Let's dive in.
Because I think I know where you're going, but maybe you're because I want the people to understand what you're saying. Because I'm a sneakerhead, but I want you to like kind of explain that a little bit.
Yeah. What I mean by that, I think, is just people that like try to just, what's the best way to describe this in the best way?
I don't want to take your words out your mouth.
Don't take my words out your mouth. Just like are about the hype to be about the hype and to like have people think that they're just like the know-it-alls and they have all this like knowledge and the best shoes and and they want to like show it off to show it off.
I think what we call those are posers.
Yeah.
Like the skaters used to call. I agree with that. Actually,
It's like, do you really like this, or do you like the idea that someone thinks you're cool by liking?
You're a sneakerhead because it's cool, not because you like sneakers.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. I agree with you on that. That bothers me more than anything. Like, because now it's cool to be a sneakerhead, and so it kind of like saturates the culture to me. So like, I dislike it for selfish reasons because then it makes it harder for my shoes. And then also I think people just get in it to make money or like, because they want people to fawn over their kicks. And I don't like that. Like I could care less. I wear shoes and a sneakerhead will respect my shoes because he knows.
Yeah.
Like I get more respect than that than like people like, oh, your shoes are cool, but you have no idea what kind of shoes they are. I just think they look cool, which is fine. I appreciate the compliment, but from a real sneakerhead who like knows the history of that shoe, I appreciate that. And I think, and we're not saying this like for people who are new and getting into it and like just find a newfound appreciation. I think people are getting it.
There's a difference. I think there's a very big difference.
I think people are getting it to clout chase, to be Instagrammy, to look like they're like a celebrity when they're really not. I think some celebrities do it, to be completely honest with you. A lot of celebrities like are sneakerheads because it's the cool thing to do. And it's not a cheap lifestyle, but yeah, I agree. 1,000%. I didn't mean to take over on that one, but
no. It's a conversation. I want to hear your
But I
perspective.
1,000% agree with that. It bothers me. I think that, and then I'll talk about my next one. It kind of segues into my next one.
Well, I'm pretty much done on that topic. I mean, I think you said it. Like, it's just like the overhype. Like, look what I got. Like,
yes, that's what it is. Look what I got.
Like,
I think that's what
super cool. I don't know. If you like it, you like it, but like, don't like it to like get likes, I guess.
Yes. That's what I say. Don't like it to get likes.
Yeah, because you're kind of taking away from some of the people that really like appreciate and enjoy.
Right, and I appreciate when I hear sneakerheads like, "Hey, I'm gonna sit this one out," so that somebody who really wants to shoe get. Like I sit out a lot of dunks because I'm just not like, I like dunks. I'm just not the hugest dunk fan, and I know there's people who want the shoes more than me, so I sit out shoes to let other people get them. That's an appreciation as a sneakerhead. Yeah, but
because. Well, before you, are you about to segue?
You know I'm about to segue, but
okay. Because like, I think that's important because like, you gotta say no sometimes, because if you're getting a shoe that you know that like, if you have to think about like, do I like this shoe? Is it cool? Am I gonna maybe like it later? Or do I wait to see how
about the price,
what the resale is and then determine if I think it's cool or not? You're kind of like,
yeah, you're a poser.
Yeah.
The next one is my segue is the reseller. It's not my pet peeve, but it is. And here's why. I know I'm gonna contradict myself. I don't like people who are sneakerheads to be resellers. Like, be a sneakerhead, and if you have an opportunity, you see a shoe and you resell it, cool. But don't be a sneakerhead to be a reseller. That bothers me just as much as like a poser, because you're taking advantage of a culture, but I also don't knock you because you're an entrepreneur. So I can't knock you because I am also in the business of profiting off the sales of sneakers. So I can't be a hypocrite, but I don't like it to a point where it's like you doing it and you don't know why you're doing it. I'm doing it because I like sneakers and I want people who are sneakerheads to have access to every kick. I think people are doing it like the price gouge. Like I'll give you an example. Like there's shoes that are out there that shouldn't be worth the price they're worth, but people like the price gouge because of, one example is Last Dance. Last Dance is a documentary with Michael Jordan about the Bulls and their last championship run, if you're not familiar. Sure, everybody is, but I still want to give a little background. 100%. And once Last Dance came out, the price of Jordans just went through the roof. And there's some shoes there's shoes that go on sale. Everybody knows this. And now Jordans just don't really go on, like Jordan 1s and like the signature Jordan line shoes don't go on sale because of Last Dance. And I'm like trying to tell people, this is when people's lack of knowledge really shows. It's like you don't really know the history of these shoes or the lack of history in the shoes. So you're just paying to have a Jordan. Mm-hmm. So it kind of crosses into your pet peeve, like people who are posers overpaying and then raising the price for people like me when I know the shoe's not really worth that price. Yeah. So I don't hate the reseller, but I hate the reseller.
But it happens in other industries, or it does happen in a lot of other industries. But it's like people that are buying like bootleg, like designer too. I'm like, ooh, that is not worth anything. But because it's fake, it's fake, and it's not worth anything. But you're willing to pay $100 for it. Right. So but that's the image thing.
So let me ask you this then. Okay, you hit on a topic that I used to not think it was polarizing, but now the more I hear people talking, it kind of is. What do you think about fake sneakers? So the sneaker market is fakes. They make a lot of fakes, and I'm not gonna lie, they make some really good fakes. would you knock somebody for wearing fakes? If they're not like a super, like they say, hey, I can't afford your shoes, but I really want them. But, or like, I don't really care that much. I just want to the look of the shoe. What do you say?
This is kind of a hard one for me. Like I wouldn't like knock someone for wearing a fake necessarily. And I'm sure there's so many fakes out there that people don't even realize, unfortunately, that they're wearing a fake. The problem that I have with that market and that side of the business is like, I mean, I guess I look down at the root of like how these shoes are being produced and the workers that are creating these shoes and the environment the risks that are involved in that sort of environment of just like overproduction of like cheap goods in a way. And I mean, it's like fraudulent. I mean, it's not the real thing. And they're like, you know, you probably know the ins and outs of the like how that impacts like the industry more so than I do. But like me, I'm kind of like, there's such a demand for it that I think it creates like these really bad like black markets.
I think, and like you said, just like with anything, like with the Gucci's or Louis Vuittons, the Fendi's, you put something at such a high price point, because like, let's break down everything, the root of what it is. It's a leather bag. It's a leather shoe. It's canvas, leather, lace, whatever it may be. Now you're putting a name on it, and now that piece of leather, which is maybe $20, $30, is $400, $500, $600, $700.
Yeah.
So some people look at it as like that. It's just a piece of leather, so I don't care. And then some people are like, I appreciate the name and the quality and the craftsmanship of a Nike or a Gucci. So for me, this is how I look at it. I am not a fan of fakes. I will never buy a fake. I don't care how good it is. If it's even identical and I know it's fake, I will not touch it. Just an integrity thing, and I'm just a true purist as a sneakerhead that I just won't touch it. What I don't like about fakes is I don't like when somebody says they act like they have all these shoes or they act like they have the hottest shoe and it's a fake. I mean, it's a fake. So if you know you're wearing a fake and you just say, I just like the shoe and I just want to wear it, all more power to you. I'm never going to knock you. I'm not going to talk smack about you. I'm not even going to talk down on you or look down upon you. It's when you try to compare your sneaker to mine, that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
Or to somebody else's or act like you're a real sneakerhead, that's when I have a problem. I don't have a problem with somebody wearing a fake. I will never put you in a category of a sneakerhead. You're somebody who appreciates the sneaker, which is fine. I just won't consider you a true sneakerhead. And if you buy a fake and you don't know, that's a different story to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because then you're like.
I think you just got taken advantage of, which happens to all of us.
But then you know when it's just like, okay, someone's offering you a shoe that's reselling at $500 for $100. You're kind of like, okay, I got to ask some questions right here because that floats around a lot. It happens a lot online. Like people, because you know, there's the whole culture of it. Like you get a shoe, you hit on a shoe, you don't hit on a shoe, you want to post about it, you want to talk about it, and then there's people keep creeping and crawling trying to sell you sneakers, and they're like, I got the great deals. No. And you're like,
well, because some people don't care. Yeah. Some people don't care. And I know there's some sneakerheads who have fake shoes because they have so many real ones that nobody will question the one fake they have. It's like, man, this dude has all the fire kicks, so I know this has to be real. So nobody will question him. But I just won't. I'll take an L because I also don't pay resale. I don't pay resale for shoes. I think part of the game is hitting and missing. It's a game. It's like a game. Yeah, it's part of it. It's like basketball. Like I don't expect to make every shot. It's part of the game to miss. Yeah. So I feel that about the sneaker culture as well.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you there.
So, what's your next one?
What's my next one?
I'm trying to think.
I feel like we've covered so much. I'm almost like.
I have a lot. I personally have a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Give me another one. I can bounce off of each other.
Yeah. So my next one is you're just copping just to cop. I don't like that.
Almost goes into the same kind of area.
Yeah. You're copping just to cop. It's okay to miss on sneakers. I want people to feel like it's okay to miss. Like it's okay not to have.
It's okay to be a big fat loser.
Yeah. Sometimes, but no, it's okay not to have every sneaker. It's okay to not hit on everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
if you don't want it, you could always trade it on House of Trade.
But but it's okay to miss.
Subtle plug.
Yeah. Little cacti.
But no.
But I'm not. It's okay to miss. I think it's okay to miss. I think you have to be okay with missing.
Yeah.
I just think, like I said before, it's part of the game to miss on on kicks. You know, and I just don't feel like you have to have everything. I don't want you to feel like you have to have everything. I don't have to have every shoe.
Yeah.
Like, guess what? And it's okay to have a small collection because everybody could, guess what? There's always going to be somebody who has more sneakers than you. I don't care who you are. You could be Travis Scott. Somebody's going to have more kicks than you. You could be Michael Jordan. Guess what? There's somebody with more sneakers than Michael Jordan. I know this for a fact. It's okay. You don't have to, don't compare your collection to somebody else's. Get what you, that's my next one too. But, don't compare your collection to somebody else. And I'm like, just be happy with yours. Like, don't look at the next man. It's just like money. Don't look at the next man's wallet. Focus on yours.
I'm glad that you said that too, because sometimes I think you get a lot of flack liking sneakers. People are like, well, what's in your rotation? Like, I don't see enough of this shoe. Like, we're seeing too much of the same shoe here. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still have an appreciation for it. And like, you know, sorry, I'm not sorry. I don't have a freaking extra bedroom full of sneakers.
It's okay.
Like some people might.
I mean,
you've been working present for a while though.
But I've been doing it since like sixth grade.
That's no like knock against you.
Right.
Like you got like 2 pairs of Fire Jordans. Like cool. I'm sure you rock the shit out of them.
Yeah. Be happy with your kicks. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Is like, you know what? People can go on my Instagram. They can go on House of Trade. They can go Kicks of the Trade. And guess what? You will not see all my sneakers. I'm just not that type of person. And that's okay. Like, I'm not the guy to post all my sneakers. You come to my home, you'd be like, damn, I didn't know you had that many sneakers. Because guess what? I don't do it for the likes. I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for that. I do it because I like to do it. So I don't need outside validation to be a sneakerhead. I don't need that. I don't need somebody to tell me, oh, your rotation is fire. I don't care. I know my rotation is fire. Yeah, I know this.
Because you like it.
Right. Absolutely.
Almost, you don't need that like approval from people.
I don't. So to get flagged to say, oh, I don't see enough of your rotation. I've never seen yours and I don't care to see yours. Because guess what? You're not going to be the catalyst of my approval. Yeah. You know, like Chris Holloway approves Chris Holloway's rotation. Because guess what? Your rotation, there's somebody who thinks the same thing about your rotation.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is. Like, I'm never going to have every sneaker. I know this. I'm never going to have every shoe I want. I know this. Because guess what? I'm okay with that.
Because we're okay with taking L's sometimes.
I'm okay with taking L's. It's part of the game. It's fun. It's fun to like what ifs.
I know. I feel like we could go on and on about the do's, the don'ts, the pet peeves, the things we like, the things we don't. Probably running short on time, so we might need to like roll this back with like another
a part two.
Yeah, like a part two of sneaker pet peeves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe narrow them down to a succinct list of them.
Yeah, like to two episodes. But I mean, we could talk about I could talk about like cop what you like, or don't worry about don't get the shoe because everybody else got it and you don't really like it. Like that's another one. Like just to give like a brief one. Like don't get something because everybody else likes it and you don't.
What do you think about shoelace swapping? You into that?
I love it.
Don't like it?
I love it. I think it brings a different element to a kick. Yeah. I love lace swapping. I love people lace swapping with the laces that don't even come with the shoes. I love that element of the sneaker game. I think it's evolved a ton. I think it gives another outlet to different business. I think it adds a level of fashion to a shoe. Helps bring out personal style. Yeah, helps bring out colors to your outfits. Yep. Brings life to a shoe. I think it gives a whole different dynamic. So I love lace swaps.
What do you think about do you have to match your outfit with your kicks?
No, absolutely not. I mean, if you do it, cool. Like I'm wearing white and tan with orange shoes. Yes, it matches, but like I'm not wearing orange pants and orange shoes.
Yeah, you're like orange.
Yeah. But I mean, if you do it, is it bad? No. I don't personally I think it's not as stylish to do it.
If it's mismatched.
Yeah. I think like the mismatch with I think it just goes according to your style. Sometimes Matchy is good, and then sometimes to me Matchy is bad. Like I've seen some things where it matches and I'm like, man, that's fire. And then some things that match, I'm like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but those black and yellow 12s with the Pirates jersey, yes, it matches and it looks good, but I just personally don't like that.
It's almost too much.
It's too matchy, but I've seen people do it and it's good. So it just depends on that person's style, accessories. So I think it's not a clear-cut answer.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
But yeah.
Because I guess I'm more the type of person I think that likes to like have my like shoes be the main part of my attire in some cases. So I'm not like an overly matchy person because I feel like personally I'm like, this looks a little overkill.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of like subtly done, I'm like, this looks fire.
Yeah, it's fire. So that's how I am.
Me personally.
That's how I am. But when I was younger, I was like black and red all the way to head from head to toe. But now I was that guy. I was that guy like in the clothing store. Let me get these go to Jay's. Yeah, let me get that. Let me get the hat with it too. So I mean, I was that.
Were you a Bulls fan when you were growing up?
I was not.
You weren't?
I hated the Bulls.
Really?
Absolutely hated the Bulls.
But
I wore Jordans.
You like to rock the red and black all day.
I did. I was a Knicks fan growing up. I was a New York Knicks fan because I originally was born in New York. If you guys don't know. But I hated the Bulls actually. Like I despised the Bulls because Michael Jordan always beat us. Yeah. So I hated Michael Jordan, but I loved his kicks.
It was probably like me with Kobe.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that was beat you. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a wrap today. That was awesome. Like I said, I feel like we could probably like have a sequel on this episode.
Yeah. We'll bring it back.
But again, guys, Kicks of the Trade, thanks for listening in. Follow us on Instagram, kicksofthetrade.podcast. You can find Chris over here at C_hollows. Right?
Yep. Yeah, you got that. You know it.
Yeah, I was like, I know that I can memorize this by now. And then I'm Kelsey Cristiano. Kels on the show, and give us a review.
Yeah.
Give us a rating.
Yep.
Hit subscribe.
Follow
we think you should. We just
feel
like you should at this point. If you're still listening.
If you're watching the 8 episodes now, like
subscribe.
You're a hater. If you're not subscribed by 8 episodes and you've watched every one, you're a hater.
Yeah, show us some love.
I'm just playing.
And share with your friends.
Was it Cristiano without the H? Like
Cristiano without the H, like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, you gotta say it. Every time.
Okay.
Every time.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to another one in the books.
Yeah.
And tune in next week, guys.
Take it easy.